Hi, I'm back again. Remember, I did tell you I would show you my jacket. So this is my jacket. Oh, it's got some fluff on it. All right, I'll put it on. So this is my jacket that I've made, and I have done a covered button, and I have fussy cut the fabric, just so you know. And it's an unlined jacket. So nice and easy. I've got side splits on it, and it's quite a little flared little jacket, but I think it'll be great just to take away and put over dresses and tops. And I can wear any colour underneath it, and it just is a really nice little tidy jacket. So the idea of the sleeves, and I can leave them long, or I can fold them up to make it a little feature. Haven't quite decided what I like yet. And I could, if I actually, just thinking about it, I could, if I wanted to, do a couple more little buttons and have a couple little buttons on there. Didn't think about that till now, but I kind of like it long, to tell you the truth. So yeah, it's just a nice plain little jacket. I can wear, I won't be wearing it over jeans obviously, but I'll wear it over a dress or over a skirt. Yeah, just a nice easy jacket. So I will leave it on, and I will show you how to make one of these. So you can do any size you like. This all came about because I decided I needed something to put my clips on, and I had done one and just turned it through, but then I thought if I bind it, you can put clips on the binding as well. So this was my second one here. Adrian filled that really fat, so it was hard for me to stitch. Thank you, Adrian. And then this one here, so just playing around with different fabrics and colours. Then some of the ladies thought that you could get your fabric and stiffen your fabric, and you could stitch them, cut the fabric and stitch them in like this so they stood up. That's a great idea as well. So after hearing that, I was like, oh, I think I might have to design a hedgehog. So watch the space. I'm going to do a hedgehog. So whatever width of fabric you decide to use, you need to cut 2.5-inch strips by the width of fabric for your clips. So whether you're going like that or whether you're lying them down, that's what you do. If you're going to have them standing up, put a bit of stiffener in there so they stay standing up. I think it's quite a cute idea, but I'm not going to do that today because I'm going to show you this method. So I'm just going to iron these in half. And I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to do 5, and I've got another accent colour to use so that I have a different colour just to separate those. And these are just scraps out of my drawer, and I just thought they were quite nice together. And then hopefully there's enough fabric there to bind it. Sorry, I probably need a drink of water, but that's all right. And one more. Kind of cute fabric, it's a little unicorn. It even might do for one of the grandchildren for her clips. Right. So what I will decide on, here's my fabric, and that will be my backing. That's quite cute. So you're going to measure down, depending on how many of these you're putting on, 3, 4, and 5. Right. You're going to use your measuring ruler. That's got all very bent. I've given you the notes to tell you how far to measure down and how far in between. So if I just pull this up like this, every single one is just, I just want to see if that's the order I wanted in. No, my unicorn's upside down. So just, if it's a one-way design, no, that's upside down. So just make sure the first one that you don't have is upside down, and then that unicorn's up the right way. What's on the other side? No, he'll be upside down. So if you're doing a one-way design, just check what you're doing. So the first one, the first measurement on this particular bit of fabric, because it was all I had, smaller, was 7 centimetres. So I'm going to take these off, and I'm measuring down 7 centimetres, and I'm putting my ruler there, measuring down 7 centimetres, putting my ruler there, and now I'm just going to stitch across the bottom. No clean finishing, you're just sewing. It is just for your clips. You do not need to do any work. So don't make life hard. Just put your just your standard 1D foot on is fine. Dual feed if you want it, and just simply move your needle position to the left and stitch down the left hand side. So there's no work. It's pretty easy. The next one is going on, and get your little ruler, and you're measuring 2 centimetres down both sides, and you're sewing down. It's so quick to make, so good. And cut. Wait for it to lift up before you move. Then the next one, 2 centimetres down. My micrometer's not bad. Oops. Make sure you do actually stitch it. See how patient I am? 2 centimetres down. I think I'm going to be, I did it again. I think I'm going to be trimming off the bottom. I think I should have put that 8 centimetres down. It's in your notes. You girls will do it all right. I'd like to show you what not to do. Wait. Done. And your last one. Just cut that off. That's the size it's going to be. 2 by 2. Please read your notes. Oh, actually, it just means I could put one more. Look at me go. This is 2.5. I can go like that. Let's see if we can fit one more on. And fold it in half. Haha, perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Excellent. There you go. Now, when I get to here, I lift it up and I sew all the way up the side. So it just holds it together. Cut. Take your work out, cut your fabric, and then this time move your needle position to the other side. Alright, needle position to the other side and go up the other side and hold it all. And there you have your little holders for your clips. Now you can do one of two things. You can stitch it and turn it through, but, oh there it is here, but it is much nicer if you bind it. So if you put these together like this, you've got your right side there, so you've got your wrong sides together. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to stitch starting here, and I'm going to leave an opening at the bottom for stuffing. Just come up to here. You don't need to be fussy because you're going to be putting binding on it. Just hold it all together. Turn, stitch across the top. Turn, stitch down the bottom. And across. Now you've already edge stitched that, so you don't have to do, but leave a bigger opening than you think. Okay? So leave a bigger opening than you think. Now this piece of fabric here has not been stay stitched because I forgot. let's be honest. So I'm just going to stay stitch that little bit of fabric there so it doesn't stretch. So I always stay stitch it so that I don't make a mess when I'm putting my, just move that across so I can stay stitch it. I just like to do it, even though I'm not turning it through, it just means when I'm stuffing it, I'm not going to be making a mess. So if you were going to use it for a pin cushion as well, you can put a little bit of plastic on the inside of this part here, so when you put your pins they won't go through. And when you're going to be stuffing it, this is some wool stuffing. The wool stuffing is going to stop my pins from rusting. So just stuff your pin cushion part. So the pin, oh, I may have missed my side seam. One moment please while I re-stitch that. I must have gone too close to the edge. Again, this is what you do not do. Make sure you check it on both sides or cut the back one bigger. Let's check I haven't done that anywhere else. Oh no, just only on that side. Lift the foot up. Happy now. Okay, so just finish stuffing your pin cushion. And don't overstuff it because you are going to just be using the bottom part for the clip and the clips, and the top part is for your pin cushion. So don't overstuff it. Adrian, which is very kind of her to stuff them for me, but it was hard to get my binding on. And in fact, you could bind it all the way around to here and stuff it after you've done your binding. So what I might do is not put any more stuffing in than that. There we go. And then that's plenty. And then I might bind it or make it easier. So when you're binding, you want to use your 1/4 inch foot. And when I'm binding, there we are. In fact, I might even, I was going to say I might even cheat, but I have got my 1/4 inch foot for my 7 series here, but I've also got a small 1/4 inch foot. This is even better because the base isn't so wide, so I actually use this one. It's really good. So I haven't even cut binding. Oh, that's right, I'll show you on this one. Now I need to just tell the machine I put that foot on or it's not going to be happy with me. So I've just told it I've got the 37 foot on. And oh, I'll show you on this. So when you're binding, normally I cut this 2.5 inches, but when I'm doing something small like this, I only cut it 2 inches wide. So my binding for this is only 2 inches wide, not 2.5. I fold it in half and I pretend this is my beautiful thing, and I leave an opening. And you all know how to do this, but I'll just quickly show you again. So I should have cut that lining. Never mind. So I'm just going to start here, and I'm not going to, I don't need to backstitch. The secret to getting your binding right is when you sew, you've got these little marks on the side of your foot that are 1/4 inch marks. So when that 1/4 inch mark gets to the side of your foot, your needle will be down and you're going to turn your work. All right, so when I get that mark there, which is 1/4 inch from the needle, when that gets to here, like this, one more stitch, I'm going to lift up and I'm going to sew out to my point. Okay, lift my foot up, lift my foot up, take my thread out, cut it. And even though the amount of times I've shown you, I'm showing you again. You fold your fabric up like that. It's really tricky to show you. Fold your fabric up like that. Now this fabric looks like it's a straight line with my fabric. Then you fold it down. Okay? Like that. So you folded it up and you folded it down. And now you sew from here down to the next corner. And that is how you sew your binding on. For something this little, I just open them out and join them straight. I don't try and join them on an angle. So we're not doing the normal method of doing a quilt. Lift it up, out to the corner, lift it up, foot up, take it out, cut the thread, and again, fold it up. And by stitching out to the corner, you've got the exact right angle. See how that's all 90 degrees and all nice and tidy? Then you fold it down. Okay, and then you sew it again. Now the reason you do that is so that you get the perfect mitre. And I'll show you that in 1 second. Yep. That was a bit too close to the edge there. There we go. That's better. And I'll show you on the one that I have not finished hand stitching because I need to make the time to do that, so I must do that. You can see here, where did I start? Stitched all the way around the end, and all I've done here is I've just straight stitched it together. So I've just butted them together and straight stitched them. Now when I'm going to sew this, all I do is flatten this out from one to the other. So it's quite good having them in stages. Flatten this out. And now I will go forward and reverse all the way to the other side, overlap where I started and cut. And then I just trim my fabric, my threads. Just get all my little tails out. And then bring that binding right over. So this one will be hand stitched from the back, and we use our clips to hold it. And then I'll sit and hand stitch it one night, maybe. We'll give it to someone else to do. No, I don't mind hand stitching. Now, here, this piece here is going to go up like that, straight up. And this piece here is going to come down. So it forms the same mitre at the top as on the back. And I clip it and then I hand stitch it. Now if you wanted to, you could, this could be the back and this could be the front, and you'd bring it over and you'd edge stitch in there. But it is too hard when you've got all the stuffing in it. So I will just hand stitch it. So you see this one here? It's all ready now for me to just hand stitch around the edge. And see the corners? It's like that. And if I turn it round, fold, and you get a nice mitre at the back. It's a great method. And the clips, of course, hold it. So it's very, very good. So I'll hand stitch all those. So that's my little take on a clip and pin cushion. And like I said, you could make it for your grandchildren if they have got hair clips, and you can make these longer, or you can make them stand up like a little hedgehog, which I think I'm going to have to make a hedgehog because it'll be so cute. So lots of different ideas. You do what you want for your one, and I want to see all your photos, but I think they're a great little thing to have, and they certainly are very cute to hold your, maybe you'll never ever hand stitch it, you'll just have your clips on it. But it's very cute. So yeah, this one here is for, I don't know, might give that to my sister, and that to my other sister, and I'm not giving that one up because that's my Bernina one. But you can see when you hand stitch it, it's just catching it in. It's very, very simple. So there's a couple of great ideas for you, and I will see you next month, and we are going to make some nice shawls for winter because apparently it's coming. So I will see you then.